Welcome to the Success Journey Show. Let's travel together through the lives of individuals on the road to success.
Hey, travelers, what's going on? It's Ricky Ventures and Marlon Madden, and we're back with you for another episode of the Success Journey Show. What's going on, bro? How you doing today, man?
Chilling like a villain. I see you chilling over there, man. What, you turn off the heat over in your house or something?
Nah, man, I'm just, you know how we do our evenings, man, just
Running around.
Practices and things of that nature. So get in from a practice, sat down, did some more work, and I don't know, man. I tell you, these cell phones, man, and just people just being able to access you immediately, and you just not putting down your phone. You know, I'm not putting down my phone, and I see the emails, and I feel I need to respond. And then next thing you know, you respond to one email, then the next email, and the next thing you know, there's 3 hours after you've supposed to be done working for the day, and you're still going. So
and then you build what happens on the other end is that you tell that person, "Hey, I'm accessible after work."
Yes,
and then you start it, and then it can't be stopped because then. Like Donnie D said, sometimes the hardest thing is not saying no, it's saying no the second time after you said yes.
Oh, after you said yes.
You said yes.
Yeah.
The no after you said yes is harder to say than the no in the first place. Because the person's like, well, you did it already. You did that before once.
Why not now? Yeah.
What happened now?
Yeah.
So that's what
I've actually been pretty good at coming back and saying, hey, no. I said yes, but hey, no, yeah. No. It worked well last week, but today's price is not yesterday's price.
In the words of my man, the great author from the Bronx, New York, Fat Joe.
Oh man, I was free yesterday, but as I see today, it's not gonna work. Yeah. And being fully content. But yeah, you're so right, man. That access, man, and accessibility, social media, always having things in front of you. Like before, I remember it was a time where I would say, man, how was your week?
Yeah.
Right? Because, it
you
wasn't
didn't see me till
yeah. I didn't see you until the weekend or a couple of times, maybe, or periodically.
Yeah, we see each other because we play ball. And we know every Thursday I was going to be up at your house.
Yeah.
Every Friday night I was going to be at your house. Sometimes during the week I'll stop by. But
I wasn't watching your Instagram live or your Instagram stories and trying to see, oh, you had this for dinner? I don't remember. I don't even know what ever asking you what you had for dinner.
When did dinner? Think about that. When did dinner became something to glamour about?
When people try to prove they can cook. That's what it was. It was like, oh man, look at this. Look what I made.
Look what I made. Then it became out when you're out.
When you're out. Let me show you what I took a picture of my food. It looks so beautiful.
Of my plate. And then it started like where I'm at. And then it's a vacation. Like during the pandemic, everybody went to Tulum.
Yeah.
One person went to Tulum. Everybody
you can go on YouTube right now and find all the Tulum trips. Like, how was my trip to Tulum? I'm not gonna front. I looked it up. I was gonna go. I was trying to see. I was like, man, maybe I can go to Tulum last summer. But yeah. But anyways, man, I mean that's kind of almost what we're want to talk about today, and just giving people too much access or giving people too much visibility into your life and the pros and cons about it. Being careful what you put out there, what you're saying, all these different things, man. And it's crazy how when the conflict comes when you go into this virtual world, forgetting that you live in a real world, and the things you do in the virtual world impact what happens in the real world. And you're like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that.
Or you don't know the difference.
Or you don't know the difference. Right.
Which is what's happening right now. Yeah. Like I put up a post that said, let me tell you, I have this thing that says let it fly, right? And I put it up and I said, just to let you guys know, just because you go on Instagram and say you're happy and take 5,000 pictures and put up of you smiling, that doesn't actually make you happy. And I said, go figure it out, and preferably off of social media.
Yeah. But you know what? But I'm not gonna say what the person wants in that, but when they get the hearts, it makes them feel happy because they told people they're happy, and now people are liking that they're happy. So now they become happy.
No. We just said you don't know the difference, so you feel like you're happy.
You feel it. Yeah, you feel it.
But you know within yourself. I always said, when I was a recruiter, I always asked this question. I said, when you're in your bed at nighttime and you're looking up at your ceiling, and you're thinking about what you want to be when you grow up, and you're thinking about all your life expectations and what your parents want of you and everything, what do you think of? That person always, and I use that because that's when the person is really in their, they're very introspective. A lot of people think they're being introspective on social media, but they're not being introspective. All they're doing is showing what they think people want to see. Yeah. Because think about it. How many females take pictures in bathrooms? Those bathrooms can't smell good, bro. But the most places that females take pictures are bathrooms.
Yep. Oh man.
So just you the perception of just being whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but we have the case that's going on right now, and it's more than social media, I think, with John Morant's case.
Yeah. No, it is. It's just more of the medium. It's not social media, just the mediums, right? Like the personas that we try to uphold, the things that we try to reflect, the things that we try to, the stages that we have, right, and using those and being on those platforms, right? How we can portray ourselves, how we can vocalize ourselves, how we can say, "Hey, this is who I am" to the world, right?
Yeah.
And the social media is not the only thing, and probably it's not the essence of it, but it's definitely a factor.
It's not
in it. But yeah, you said to mention John Morant, man. The breaking news we had a couple of days ago that John Morant,
and we don't usually do this, guys. We don't do the breaking news, but this topic we think is very.
It really feeds into what we talk about a lot, and the topics around. Hey, he was, what was it? 2 games or something. It started off being 2 games suspended or suspended from the team. It's taking some time away. There was actually a report that was today or yesterday that the coach said that there's no timetable for him to return. So this young man,
he's gonna figure out what he needs for himself.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna be real on this podcast here. I'm gonna be real on this episode. I'm gonna be, not that I'm not real on the other one. But I'm gonna give my unadulterated thoughts of. It's not even John Morant, bro.
No.
It's something that we always say, for the culture.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we're not defining what that culture is.
So what do you mean? What do you mean for the culture? Like what do you?
So
break it down
when somebody does something like all these award shows, which I haven't watched one in a while, I'll see clips. So anything I say, I'll watch. I'll see a clip, and if it's something that interests me, I'll go watch the whole thing so I get the essence of it. They'll say, we're doing this for the culture. And when they're saying they're doing something for the culture, it's looked at something positive. You never hear we're doing something for the culture and it's a negative connotation, right? The actions, everything. I'm not saying what really happened. I'm just saying what they think we're doing it for the culture means. That means we're doing it for the movement of Black people. We're doing it for Black people being in business spaces, Black people owning, Black people, all these different things. They'll say we're doing it for the culture, and it's usually, or 99% of the times, it means for something that's better, right? We're doing it to further ourselves or what we stand for.
Yeah.
But the problem is I can't define what this culture is. because you and I, right, we'd be considered cornballs. We're kind of safe. We're not the guys that's gonna. We're 40. I'm 44. You're how old are you now? 39.
Yep.
39. Man, those guys don't. We ain't wearing gold teeth in our mouth. We dress our age.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
We understand we have kids, so we have responsibility. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't party.
Yeah.
We're not drunk all the time. Our pastime is not drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're cornballs, man.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't fit in. So when you define the culture, so the question you're asking is what is the culture that is being referred to?
Yes.
That's a good question, because if you go back times when that phrase is used, it's really the first thing that comes to mind is the hip hop culture.
That was the first thing. Yep.
Yep. So it's like the hip hop culture is is what has defined a lot of urban areas and has gone well beyond urban areas, right?
Correct.
It's gone well beyond music, right? Because hip hop is not even a thing much anymore.
Yep.
Where music is going. But whenever we heard the culture, it was many times when I've heard it was always in reference to
the hip hop culture.
Hip hop culture.
Yeah.
And everything that came with that, right? So you have all types, not all types of rap. You have hardcore rap, you have different things. You have when it was coming up, you had the East Coast, West Coast, you had all these different things.
You had conscious rappers.
Conscious rappers.
You had party rappers. Like Will Smith was a party rapper.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the pick of the plot. I rode down to the end of my block. Saw this beautiful girl walking. Pick up my car phone, perpetrate like I was talking. Right? You know what I'm saying? That was just that was bad. And summertime. Right?
Yeah.
Chris Rock's still here in summertime, but that's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Right.
That was a good special too.
Right. So you had that. And then you had but you had a variety that you could pick from. You had your MC Hammers that was too legit to quit. And he was making his money and he had his fans.
Yeah. So, the culture, when you say culture, what has that culture evolved to today? And where do you see that culture present today? So if someone says they're doing it for the culture, is it, I don't know. I don't know. Is it Wakanda forever culture? That's something that was a movement as well.
That was a movement. So everybody was going back to Ghana, right?
Yeah.
Watch this. Right now, go back and watch everybody that went to Ghana. I can't never say definite.
Yeah.
But these are the things that I watch that I'm just like, the culture, we don't understand what we're doing. So they say we're all going back to Ghana, but what the image of Ghana was that you could go to Ghana and you can party. You didn't have nobody going down saying, hey, I've looked at 5 plots of land. I'm thinking of building a complex here.
You didn't see it, but people were doing it, but you didn't see it. Yeah.
You didn't see it. I'm not saying people didn't do it.
Yeah.
But what was pushed was the party aspect of it. You understand what I'm saying? The party aspect of it.
Yeah.
The entertainment side was what was pushed when it says, come back to Ghana.
Think about it. Entertainment, right? When you think about entertainment, think about the culture. When you talk about the culture, you don't hear a lot about the culture of entrepreneurship when in that same circle of a hip hop artist, right?
Yeah.
You have the Jay-Z's, right? When he came out with his
444, it didn't do well.
And he's breaking it down like, yo, this is the game now. Like I wish that this would, but as much as he was speaking on that, and I love that album. Like, versus all. Well, I mean, his other albums were okay, were good. You know, they
Yeah.
were great. I mean, it's Jay-Z, but I'm asking you this question: was that last album played as much as the previous ones, or are
It
people going
wasn't.
around
It
spitting
wasn't.
back the lyrics to that album
No,
at this point,
it
talking
wasn't.
about all the artwork he got that's worth millions of dollars, talking about all the properties that he got and all that other stuff, like moving away from this to move into what real wealth is. Like, you don't hear people talking about that, but
Or we hear them, but that's not the real action.
yes.
You've been listening to the Success Journey Show. You can check us out on our social media on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Also on our website, thesuccessjourneyshow.com. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So I mean, you brought up a good question as to what the culture is. And I don't know if there's a true definition of it, or is something, an image that people are just trying to hold on to, or an idea of togetherness,
Yeah.
or finding people that think a like mind
Like-minded. Yep.
as
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
And
It's look, when you have a so culture. Let's talk about the workplace.
mhm,
If something bad happens in the workplace and I'm the boss, they come and they do a climate survey, right?
mhm,
To see what kind of climate did I accept?
set, no. Yeah.
What did I set in that workplace? And they base off that climate saying if I'm comparable for the wrongdoings that we're doing. If everybody was
Mhm.
stealing from whatever, if there was sexual assault, if there was whatever, if people were bullying, whatever the situation was, they'll say, let's see if the head was acceptable of this behavior.
Yeah.
And then, so you actually set the climate that
Yeah.
this is acceptable.
Yeah.
So now let's go back into that culture.
Mm-hmm.
What climate is being set in that culture?
Mm.
Is it we go is everything just entertainment? For entertainment factor?
Yeah. Well, that's the prevailing thing, right?
That's the prevailing. And you remember you said hip hop was a culture. The reason why we were saying hip hop was a culture was because this is my hypothesis, my thesis, whatever you want to call it right now. We were looking at Jay-Z when he started rapping, he was saying I was a hustler, I was on the street, I was in Marcy Projects, I was pushing drugs, da-da-da-da. Nas was saying I was in Queens pushing da-da-da-da-da-da. And as they were moving up, they started to gain businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And they started to be more scarce.
Mm-hmm.
And they were moving differently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They weren't walking around with guns no more. They were moving a little different, and we were saying, okay, it's the upliftment of the culture. We're moving forward, and we're taking these dollars that we've made off of entertainment and turn it into something that can push the culture.
Yeah. But but even with that, right? And this is where I want to make sure we brought up Ja. I want to make sure we kind of circle back to it.
Yes.
And that example that you said, the mindset shift for those guys that you mentioned, right? Of where they weren't out in front as much anymore. They weren't throwing down. The thing about rapping, right, and hip hop is like, yeah, it can become irrelevant only if your time plays out, right? Like, but it's not like you lose your talent. It's not like you lose a skill and things of that nature. But they see like, no, there's another way for me to be making money.
50.
If Jay-Z can make more money by putting out albums, he will be putting out albums himself, right? If
himself,
he can if it made more money for him to be doing it himself, or he'll probably still be doing it himself. But he's like, nah, that's not where the money is. The money is me doing these other businesses, right?
Yes.
So therefore, I need to change the type of person that I am, because if I change the type of person I am, then I can receive more in business, more in wealth, and more and offer more to people by him changing who he is, right?
Yes.
And is not Jay-Z cannot be where he is and still be that have that negative street hustle mentality. I said that word on purpose, right?
Yeah.
Because you're in that business savvy, you still have that hustle, you still going
Still
after
have,
it, you still got that savviness, right? But everything else that comes with that, you can't bring that to the boardroom.
No.
You're not making deals with these companies bringing that same level of negative energy or negative talk or having a gun. You cannot bring a gun into the office of a boardroom of, he was at one point owners of the Nets, right? Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Can't bring the gun to the boardroom of the Nets. It just doesn't work, right? And he realized that it elevate himself. So now, I mean, and you're listening to all these commentators about, just situation. Our boy Morant is a young dude, man, and it's one of those things where you got to understand where you are, who you are, what you really represent. What you represent is what
And your potential.
And your potential. And
he's already a $500 million boy.
And you got to change. You got to change. They go, I'm not going to lose myself. No. You can't have what you want unless you let go of things that are not related to that.
Correct.
That's life, dude.
Correct.
It's called growing and evolving. And I just hope he has a great, strong. And I know he does, man. Have a great, strong system behind him, to help him through. This is just a matter of, like, a lot of young, not just players, but young people these days. It's just they figure they know, right? I mean, we've all been through that, but now going through that with having a contract for what, $250,000.
Yeah.
Contract.
Yeah, the 200. The Grizzlies gave him 200
trying to
million.
tell you what to do.
Yeah. No, but
Hold up.
But Rick, you said that we all go through that, right? You have to understand. I know they're trying to take our history out of classrooms, and they argue CRT and they argue all this crazy stuff, right? But let's go with real history. Dr. King was killed the other day. I could say the other day.
Yeah. But man, I missed everything you just said because my theory is trying to go off.
No, I was saying when you said we all go through that, we have to be honest with the fact that, all right, Shannon Sharp, in his he's a how many Pro Bowler? He's a Hall of Famer. Only made like 22 million in his whole career, football career, that he won 2 Super Bowls with. Ja Morant is in his third year?
Yeah.
And he's signing a $200 million contract.
Making almost $40,000 a year.
$40 million a year.
$40 million a year.
So what happens is you have to find somebody, which I heard Jay Will, and I don't know if you're ever going to watch this, Jay Will, say, everybody can't be a LeBron James. Why not? Why isn't that the standard?
Yeah.
So they
like, stop.
Go ahead.
Let's be honest, guys. How many white guys have been in the league?
How many what?
How many white basketball players have been in the league? And of them, when we're talking about just media and all these different things, especially as it relates to this day and age. How many of them in the front lines in the press? Now, I understand entertainment is entertainment, and entertainment, negative energy brings entertainment. So whatever people are going to grab for entertainment is going to be there. But when Jay Williams said everyone can't be a LeBron, Well, maybe it doesn't have to be a LeBron. Why can't they be give me another guy
That's doing
that's doing right stuff.
Donovan Mitchell,
Donovan Mitchell, or any
young
other
kid playing ball,
yeah.
not getting in trouble. You don't see anything crazy.
No, you don't see anything crazy. Like or these guys that
LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, prime example. Prime example. And when I was saying a white guy, because I was saying that because half the time you don't even really know, unless they come from overseas, you don't even know who most of the white guys are in the NBA anymore. I don't.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
don't.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I see him
Yeah.
on the court. I'm like, yo, who is this guy? Because the whole league has shifted over the last 20 years, right?
Yeah.
20, 30 years. So, but they're still making money. They're still, NBA players. They're still, what's more call it? But they're not in the lineup. And I don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. I don't know if anyone's doing behind closed door. This is not that topic. I don't know. I haven't been part of the NBA. I don't know anything about the NBA other than watching it on TV and going to games. That's pretty much it. But for what we see here, I don't know anything. And to that matter, I still don't. LeBron James, I haven't heard anything negative come out.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell that you mentioned, haven't heard anything negative come from it. And I can go. The list can go on and listen go on and listen go on. Like, if you have this platform where you are now visible, obviously visible, you have to accept the responsibility that I am visible. And now you got to say, what image am I going to portray to this world? Because I'm on the world stage every single night. Like, that's the responsibility. And the problem is a lot of these kids, they come into the league not realizing the stage that they're getting ready to go on. And I can't imagine. I mean, the stage and the exposure and the things that I only see the things that we see, but the amount of things that go on behind the closed doors, the conversations, the all the things that are thrown at them, all the people that are trying to rip them off, all these different things that are going on. But at the end of the day, like, what people see is what people are going to remember, right? I don't know what's going on. I may never know what goes on behind the scenes, but I tell you what everyone remembers is what they see, and that's
Correct.
what's going to carry in your name. So now, when you invite people into your private space and you show something that is not in line with who you should be or who you should be and who you are, that's a totally different story, man. Media didn't leak it.
Media didn't leak it. He went on his Instagram. Well, you guys got to go watch that Chris Rock special. And the portion where he talks about people don't care about love no more. They only care about likes. Bro, I've watched my friends, people that I've known, and they said, oh, the only thing I'm going to do on social media is X. And X turned to Y. And Y turned to Z. And before you know it, they're doing what everybody else is doing when they said, I'll never do what this person is doing. And it's very, he said, the addiction that's bigger than any drug, that's bigger than anything right now, is attention.
Bro, and the thing is, all of us are susceptible to it.
All of us.
Every last one of us are. That's probably most people. I wouldn't say most people, but a lot of people are really drawn to that attention. You ask yourself a question. Why am I posting this?
Yeah.
Like, what is the real root of me posting this? Oh, I want to show everybody that my kid got an award. Okay. I want to show everybody that, I'm losing weight.
Yeah.
Okay. All great stuff. I want to show everybody that I cooked a good dinner. I want to show everybody that, like, are you getting like the pattern here? It's like, I want to show everybody.
I want to show.
And then on the business side, like people that do this for business, is like, yeah, I want to show everybody so that everybody can pay me.
Correct.
right? It's still one of those things where, and guys, we're saying it's being on social media. I'm not savvy on. We got businesses that we're trying to build on social media. Why? Because I know everyone's there looking.
Correct.
Right. And that's they're following influencers. They see influencers and what they're doing. They want to buy products. They want to do things. So they're like, okay, well, let me do it because they have it. Right. And the only reason why that works is because people go on there and they covet what they see. Like the only reason why social media works and influencer on there, business on there, is because people are like what other people have.
Yeah.
And I want to show other people that I have it too.
Yeah. And now I'm going to get it at all costs.
I'm going to get it at all costs. And that's why businesses
and now
are
I'm
making
not
millions
happy
of dollars.
because I can't have it. And now I have, like Chris Rock said, I'm a victim. And I noticed that if I play the victim card, I get to have the likes. So then I get addicted to the likes. When Instagram said they were going to take away that like button, did you see the pandemonium?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. People were struggling. They were struggling with that one. All because people really want to. You post something, you go back and check, say how many people saw it.
Bro, think about this. And that's why anytime I post about my kids, I always put this in thing. Go look at it right now. I always say, they are never going to see this because they do not have social media. I'm doing this selfishly because I want to tell everybody that
and
my
that's
kid
okay.
X.
And that's okay.
And I put that in there, and that's okay. But you have a 1-year-old and you say, everybody wish my daughter a happy birthday. Don't lie to yourself to say that you're wishing.
Read all of them.
You're wishing your daughter a happy birthday and she's 1. She can't read. You don't have a social media. That's not going to impact. It's for you.
Yeah. And listen, the thing is not to say whether it's right or wrong. But being
the motive,
and being accepting the fact that you're doing it because of that reason.
That's it.
Like, if someone tells you, because some people be here, they're like, "Oh no, I'm not narcissistic." I'm like,
yeah, you are
narcissistic. Yeah,
we're in a culture that is super narcissistic.
That's what we feed. That's what we breathe. That's what social media is.
Yeah.
Like I get to the point where, I mean, I personally struggle with it because it's like, that's why I don't even, Jay post stuff for us on social media.
Yeah.
Like, I don't post on it, but I'm like, I just can't. I just don't even, because I know myself. I like the like. I'll like the likes too. I want the hearts too. Like I want it too. I want to get fed that. Oh man, great job. Oh, that was good. Oh man, I was singing. Oh man, boom, great song. Oh no, you feed off of that stuff, and rightfully so. You praise. We like praise.
Yeah, we like praise.
You got it from kids. Like, oh, you praise me for walking. Praise me for eating my food. Praise me for all that stuff. It's something that makes you feel good. So now you got social media is going to praise you for doing something. Like, yeah, why not? But
I never thought about that. We praise a kid for walking.
Yeah, like look at him, yeah. I mean, and they keep doing it, and then they, you praise their behaviors and patterns, and then that's that person they become.
Yeah.
Right. So if people keep praising me for certain things, and guys, I mean, it's just, at the root of it is not knocking social media.
We're not knocking. So, I really want to knock that culture.
It's just, it's just about what culture are you referring to? What are you feeding? What culture are you emulating?
Yeah.
When you're saying you're protecting it. But yeah, man, we almost at time, man. I'm not even gonna front, man. I'm falling asleep over here.
Yeah.
But man, go ahead, man. Go ahead and give your final thing.
My final thought is this, just like I'm gonna hit the final thought we started with. It's deeper than what you said John Moran do on the thing, is this culture. We're going to have to redefine the culture, and we're going to have to redefine what Black excellence is. Because if we keep on saying Black excellence is the guy that has 15 girls, the girl that's, I'm going to say this one thing, and I hit guys and girls, so girls, please don't kill me. if you are a lawyer and you want to work out, why do you say I need to do strip pole dancing in order to work out? And then that's what you post. You never post any of your in-court actions, but you post the stripper pole dancing. And then when somebody says that, you said, no, I'm doing it for myself, to work out, to get more in shape. Like Ricky said, be truthful. What is it you're doing? That culture needs to be redefined. We need to redefine Black excellence. We need to redefine culture, and we need to zero in on why somebody like LeBron James can't be the standard. Yeah. Versus we have a lot of mess up, and that is what we say, that's the standard. And LeBron James is the what they call it again? Exception.
Exception. Yeah.
He needs to be the norm.
Yeah.
Or action, not him, but actions like that, or how he processed himself through his journey needs to be the norm.
Correct, man. But hey, guys, man, we just ranting tonight, man. This speaking. I mean, these kind of conversations we have every single day, and I mean, we you know, we want to hear your thoughts on it. Like, what do you think? What is culture? You know, what comes to mind when you're thinking what's being protected, what's being portrayed, what culture do you exemplify? All these different things, man. And then also along any of the topics that we talked about, and just representation, you know, intentions, why you're doing what you do. So, man, we'd love to hear what you think, what your thoughts are. Leave a comment in either on our videos or on an email or on the podcast. Man, we had a great time with you guys today, and next week we'll be back with you with another guest. They'll be joining with us. So stay tuned, man. It's going to be a great episode. But we'll see you guys next week at the same time and same place on a Success Journey Show. All right, everyone. Peace. I'm going to sleep.
One love.
You've been listening to The Success Journey Show, where your dreams, drive, determination, and diligence are the foundation to success. For more information, check out thesuccessjourneyshow.com. The Journey Squad is here helping you to your destination.